joined by one of the better introduction personalities that I can think of. I'm not even going to try and do it because it's not worth doing. But one of the OGs of OTS.
Listen, the man, the myth, the legend, Memphis' own.
Yes.
Dwayne, the highlight reel, Dickie.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you for coming through, brother.
There
How
we
you
go.
doing, man?
What's going on, fellas? Hey, man, thank y'all for having your boy back. Y'all did good on the intro, man. I know. Hey, shout out to D. You did the alley-oop, you know what I'm saying? Chris came with the slam.
That's
you know
how
what
we
I
gotta
mean?
do it, man. Because there's no way in hell I'm going to be able to even touch what you do. No way.
I dig it, bro. I dig it.
I stay in my lane.
Bro.
I stay in my lane. I'm not doing anything else like that.
Salute to you, bro. I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you. You getting it, bro. You getting it.
And dude, I just want to say the timing is immaculate, man.
Yes.
We just wrapped up our segment and we're just getting on to our NFL picks. So this is perfect. Playoff time, baby.
Yes,
there's nothing more exciting than playoff time, especially in the NFL. Our wild card game slate starts on Saturday. We're gonna get into the games first, and then I know we're gonna talk about your Titans. It's only right we talk about your Titans before we wrap it up. But there's only one right place to start, and that's on Saturday afternoon. Our first match in the playoffs of 2022, Raiders at Bengals. Now, this is a matchup. We were just talking about this earlier, Derrick and I, where I feel like the Bengals are a dark horse in this division in a big way. I think the Bengals are you got to keep them in that top 3 when you consider who could come out of this conference. Now, I feel like this is a nightmare first round matchup for them. I think the firepower for the Raiders, you saw it in that Chargers game. Their guys step up on defense when it matters, and it's surprising. I really feel like this is a tough matchup for them because more so than a lot of the other high-level playoff teams in this conference, the Raiders, when they're on offensively, they're extremely hard to stop. Yes. And if I'm not mistaken, Waller's back healthy, Hunter Renfro's back healthy. Everyone is a surprise to hear this, but that's 1,000-yard receiver right there, Hunter Renfro.
Yeah, so quiet too.
Yeah, man, this is a really sneaky good matchup. I'm really looking forward to this one. What do you guys got here? What are you thinking?
Go ahead, Dwayne.
And this is gonna be a crazy start. Honestly, this is one of my games of the weekend, like one of them. I have another matchup that's definitely probably gonna rival this one. But honestly, man, you know what? I'm gonna go with the silver and black, man. I think the Raiders gonna mess around and sneak. I think they're gonna surprise some people, man. I think they finna sneak out real quick. I do think this is gonna be a slugfest, though. Like, don't get it twisted, because I feel like the Bengals got a lot to showcase in their first round as well. But if it's one thing we know about the Bengals this season so far, as explosive as they are, as excited as we are to see Joe Burrow in his first playoff matchup, Derek Carr's had some experience in playoffs. And I know he got a little bit of a point to prove. And I feel like they know they got an underdog shoulder on them right now. Like, it's a chip on the Raiders' shoulder a little bit. Not just because of what they went through and the personal things that happened this season, but when you ultimately look at all that, right?
It feels so far away.
It feels so far away,
I forgot about that.
And I can't believe Gruden's even getting, well, we can believe it, but that's a whole nother discussion. Yeah. But all that being said, with what they went through, I really feel like we forget Derek Carr was an MVP conversation at one point in time with his level of play. And I really feel like, based off what I saw from that Chargers game, the Raiders got something to prove, man. And I think they're going to just get it by here. I'm thinking like a field goal level type by here. Like, it's going to come just down to the wire like that Chargers game did. And I really think the Raiders are going to come out with a slight margin of victory.
Wow, you did it. I didn't think anyone was going to have the balls to do it, because I was saying this is a matchup that is really tough for the Bengals, man.
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna toss you the oop in a second, Derek, but I feel like I have to pick the Bengals here because I feel like their upside defensively at home in this matchup is better than the Raiders' upside defensively. This is going to be a shootout no matter what, but it's going to be a matter of who gets that one play. And I feel like these guys are equipped to do that, especially at home. Now, would I be surprised if the Raiders eke their way out of this one? Not at all. We've been saying this since you were a guest with just me, Dwayne. What was that? Way back week 4, week 3, or something like that. This team is a team that you can't count out in any matchup because either they're hot garbage or they play like one of the best teams in the league, especially offensively. So I'm going with the Bengals, but I won't be surprised. The only thing that will surprise me about this game is if either team wins by more than 10 points.
I'll agree with that.
I agree with that too. I like that.
Yeah.
So what are you thinking, Derrick? Take us home.
I'm going with who is more consistent and who I trust. In the passing game, who do I consistently trust? Burrow. In the run game, who do I consistently trust? Mixon. I'm going with the Bengals on this one. They're at home. How long has it been since they've been in the playoffs?
I was surprised to look at this as well. It was a 5-year stretch that they made it back to back. I believe it's 2018 is the year.
2018. Okay. They've got a new identity, bro. They've got a new identity up there. I get the Raiders are the tempting pick just based off of experience. I do not trust Carr. I'm sorry. I don't trust him. And the Bengals have had the more consistent consistent season this year. I'm going with the Bengals on this one. If I'm putting my money on it, it's the Bengals. I'm not putting my money on the Raiders, even though I see why you say that. Waller is back. Renfro's back. I think those are phenomenal pieces to add back to this team. I cannot even discuss Deshaun Jackson because I love him, but he's not a factor at all. He'll be out there one to two plays. It's gonna be a big play for him. 1 or 2 plays is gonna be real big for him, but that's it. And that might be for the rest of the playoffs.
I think though, if he does do that, I think that'll be the happiest moment for you, Derrick. As a
for
fan.
Sure. Selfishly, I'm leaping, but I can't do it.
I was gonna say, you know what? If I have a hot take for that game, I think your boy Deshaun Jackson is gonna have one of those plays like he did. I'm gonna take a little flashback play for Mr. Derrick, the Eagle fan of the house. I'm gonna take you way back to those 2011 Eagles. Michael Vick led. There was a certain game against those Giants where a guy by the name of Deshaun Jackson went for one long explosive play that ran from one end of the field all the way to the very end zone.
Yeah.
Sealing the deal, I do believe, for your Eagles to defeat those Giants.
And he made me nervous when he was just tiptoeing around that 1-2 yard line. I'm like, just run in, bro. Just run in. But yeah.
I feel like we're gonna get a flashback play, and I think you're gonna get that one last, and that might be what seals the game, but I feel like you're gonna get that one explosive play that you mentioned.
I'll tell you this: if the game is tied and we're down to like the last possession, the Raiders have it, I agree. That's going to end up happening. I agree with that. That's going to end up happening. But I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think that's happening at all.
For sure.
Jamar Chase, Higgins, I'm choosing.
Believe me, I know. I know.
Receiving core. Who do you trust more?
The better, 100%. Yeah. The Bengals, without a doubt, to me, have the better receiving core, but the Raiders have the more underrated receiving core in terms of people you forget about.
Yeah.
And I think they even have the underrated running core because Josh Jacobs, man, do not sleep on if he ends up having a great, phenomenal running game.
Bro, I don't sleep on him, but I don't trust him right now. All year he's been hurt. And
I think he's at that point in his career. Yeah.
Similar to McCaffrey.
No. Similar to Zeke Elliott.
Ooh.
Okay. Okay.
Where
I'm saying in
they
terms of
had those
consistency of
big
injury.
upside.
In terms of consistency of injury from McCaffrey, but I see where you're going with that.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like even when he's healthy, he's not at the level that he used to be at. You'll see those flashes.
Yeah.
But I eat crow on this show. I be honest. If I make a mistake, I'll tell the truth. And I looked it up. Last time Bengals were in the playoffs were in 2015. Now, this is the shocking highlight of that situation that makes me a little nervous about my Bengals pick. January 6th, 1991 was the last time the Bengals won a playoff game.
I was about to turn 2.
Dude, my sister wasn't born yet, and so I wasn't even thought of at that point. I just have to say, man, I think that stat alone, if that doesn't make you look at these Raiders and say they could do it, I don't know what will.
Okay, real quick, Chris, I want you to look this up then. This is actually interesting. This is great. Look up the last time the Raiders won a significant playoff game.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I was still in the genetic pool. When was that?
That is a good question. Let me see.
Because I don't care where they're playing. Oakland, Las Vegas. Something about that team right now is just, I'm not.
The Las Vegas factor is a whole nother
2002 against your Tennessee Titans. That's a whole decade after, though. Yeah, that's a decade closer.
It's a decade closer. But still, that's not bad. That's not bad at all.
20 years.
That was probably those Charles Woodson led Raiders too, I bet. If it was 2002, oh man. Uh-oh. Oh boy.
This is gonna be an interesting matchup.
I'm glad you brought that up because I got a little theory here. So that kind of scares me at the same time, but I got a theory. I'm gonna hold on to that stat. Hold on to that.
I like it. I just want to say, out of all the matchups, like this is the firepower game of the week. Like this is the, and real quick, I think the Bengals, you cannot argue that the Bengals have the best 1-2 punch in the league. You can't argue that. Mm-hmm. But 3-man receiving core, there's nobody better, in my opinion, than Jamar Chase, Higgins, and Boyd.
Yes.
All 3 of those guys are talented as hell and can lead the team in receptions per game. So that's exciting stuff.
Yes.
All right, guys. Anything else you want to mention before we move on to the next one?
Nope.
Good to go. Let's do it. This one's fun, man. You love these divisional playoff games, man. They're few and far between, but when they come through, it's going to be a hell of an exciting one. And this is a rematch of a game that the Patriots won in Buffalo. So exciting times, man. We got Patriots at the Bills, 8:15 on a Saturday night. Sadly, I won't be watching this one. We got fights on, baby. Fights are back, baby. I ain't gonna be watching this one because I don't want to see Josh Allen fuck it up again. And I listen, there's a live chance, but I personally feel like in this matchup, with the way the Bills have been turning things around, and this is the key, the way the Patriots offense has been playing. Their defense has been doing their thing as they always do. Their offense has sputtered significantly since. And the funniest part is it started against the Bills.
Yes.
So I think this is not a trap game at all. I think if the Bills lose this one, everyone is leaving. Clear the house. There's no reason why any coach there should remain. But I like the Bills in this one. I hope weather is a factor in this game, because if it is, there's no way the Bills lose. Just saying. Random stat.
Okay.
Josh Allen, in games in which there is inclement weather, specifically freezing temperatures, he has a 50% completion percentage. One of the highest in the league. So
you might as well just nickname him the Snowman.
Yes, sir.
I love it.
Hey, man.
So I'm going with the Patriots, but what do you? I'm lying. I'm going with the Bills. But what are you guys going with?
Go ahead.
Ooh, boy. You know what, dog? This is crazy. First and foremost, let's just shout out our boy Jonathan, our boy Angel, faithful Bills fans for the Bills Mafia. You know what?
Jumping through tables head first, by the way.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I don't know if they've ever done that though. I need to ask them that.
Yeah, I need to ask. Yeah, we need to find out.
They had to have.
That. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'm a little torn on this one, man. I am, because there's the selfish part of me that wants the Bills to win this for a lot of reasons. Give us fresh faces for this Super Bowl, right? I need the Patriots to lose, man. I need them to. But you know what, man? There's a guy named Bill Belichick that just still knows how to find ways to win. Mm-hmm. And you know what? Even though the Bills have way more talent, I agree with Chris. If you lose this game, it's time to blow that hole up. Just blow it up. Believe it or not, I'm actually going with the Patriots in this.
Dude, you better make a parlay or something. I can't believe it. Both upsets?
I'm going with the Patriots, dog. And I mean, think about it. Is it really an upset if the Patriots win this? Yes. Like, really think about this.
Yeah, it is.
Yes,
division rivals.
Yes, it is.
Where one knows the other a lot better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It'll still be an upset, though. It'll be an upset.
It'll be upset because there's no way in hell they should win this game. And if they do, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm going to call Jonathan. I'm probably going to just wait till the next day because I already know how it is after heartbreak. You don't want to talk to anybody.
Oh yeah, I know.
Love you, bro. So I'm gonna leave you alone until Sunday.
Me too, bro.
I'm choosing the Bills. This is going to be my last time choosing the Bills. If they lose this matchup to the Patriots, that is it. I don't want to hear any more about anything Bills related. I agree with you. They need to blow it up. I don't know if it's the team per se, but I think it would definitely be coaching. You try. Ooh, if they lose this, I'm not sure you would want to lose on purpose, but if you lose and you fire McDermott, Eric Bieniemy would be a beautiful matchup for this team. He'd be a beautiful matchup for this team, and I wouldn't be surprised if they then go to win the Super Bowl.
Man, I just want to say real quick, you must work for the man, because I ain't heard nobody all year calling out my boy Bieniemy more than Derrick has this entire season. Every position, you're like, yo, somebody hire this man, and I respect it.
The last 2 years, I've been saying I wanted him with the Eagles, right? Like when we were trying to get our coaching going. But which I do have something to say about that. But when we get to that matchup, I have something specific to say. But I think that would be a interesting matchup. The enemy with the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen and crew. That'd be beautiful.
Man, I just want to make this clear though. I got 2 points to make in closing, and then I'll open the floor for you guys to wrap this one up. The first one is, I find it fascinating that Dwayne comes on the show for the second time of this season that we're running, and he's picking all these upset wins. But let me remind you guys, the last time Dwayne came on the show,
that's true.
This is the upsets that he picked. He picked the Giants over the Raiders. He picked the Falcons over the Saints. He picked the Broncos against the Cowboys. And he picked the Titans against the Rams. So listen, man, there's something about you and these underdogs, Dwayne. I don't know what it is, but you making me nervous. You're making me nervous, man.
Yeah.
And the second one that I got to say, and this is real shit right here. Listen up to me, because this is something that sounds blasphemous, but I swear to you, even if there's any way in hell we could close our eyes and imagine the Patriots winning the Super Bowl this season, we will never hear of Tom Brady's name in New England again. This man, Mac Jones, will be considered baby Jesus on this entire right side of America. I just want to say, if it happens, it won't even be because of him, but he will be crowned as the GOAT as Tom Brady's still playing. Just saying.
Ironically, I one up that statement to where if somehow we get that matchup of Brady versus Belichick in the Super Bowl, and that does happen, that win, they're definitely going to give him that title for years to come at that point. No matter how many Super Bowls Brady got. Oh, that's the guy that beat the guy.
Mm-hmm. Dude, and you missed a segment earlier. Derrick and I were talking about this, and we literally said, if there's a team we're picking to face the Bucs and beat them, we could only pick one. The Patriots are in that conversation. Yeah. So hilarious that you mentioned that.
Yeah. Oh
wow. Julian Edelman needs this matchup. He needs the Patriots to win this one because he just put down 100,000 on the Bucs versus Patriots in the Super Bowl. I don't know why he did that. I think he did that yesterday or today. I don't know why he would do that, but he put 100,000 for that matchup to happen. And if that does happen, he's going to make a lot of money.
Dude, I can't even imagine the odds on that. The odds on that must be nuts.
I don't know what that is either, but Jesus, that's
well,
that must be some Gillette.
Listen, man, real quick, I'm just gonna say, no Godwin. I'm picking the Packers to come out. I'm just saying.
Oof. Listen.
Let's get into it.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that, but I got another reason why I'm not mad at that. So I yeah.
All right. Listen, man, I just want to say there hasn't been a time on this show that Derrick has smiled this much. He can't even control himself.
He can't.
Because right now, we got to go into our Sunday afternoon game, 1 p.m. Eagles at the Bucs, a rematch of a game that happened early in the season. Yes, Dwayne.
Timeout. Derrick, going into this matchup here, I must know one thing, sir. Why is that helmet not spinning?
Oh,
I told you.
I mean, you're in the
same
playoffs.
Thing earlier today.
You're in the playoffs, and you got a chance of pulling the ultimate upset.
No. Look, I think this was in October when I stopped it. It's superstition, bro. I stopped spinning the helmet. We started running the ball. No, I'm not. That thing will not spin until our run this season is over.
And now, I just want to say,
next season, off season, it'll spin. Whatever happens, whenever we're done, it'll spin.
I love that. And I just want to say, I think it's really ironic that Bucs game was one of the big factors of you having this switch and saying, no, if we would have ran the ball a little bit more, this game was in our reach.
Bro, there were 3 games beginning of the season that we would have won. We could have won easily. San Francisco, the Chiefs, and the Bucs. All if we ran the ball. And call me crazy, I'm choosing the Eagles to win this game.
I know it. I'm
choosing them because not only are they running the ball, but this is the right time to play the Buccaneers. They're injured. And the guy that I told you beginning of the year, if they have him available, that's how they get to the Super Bowl. Antonio Brown, he's no longer there. So, only person you really, you have, look, Mike Evans, Gronk. Those are your two guys you gotta watch for, right? That's not an easy task, but I'm hoping Gannon leaves Slay on Mike Evans. I'm hoping, like, I don't care where he goes, you stay with him. That's your matchup all day for the rest of the game. That's who you play. That's who you're on. And I hope that's what ends up happening, because I trust that defense to do their thing. I'm not saying that this is going to be a slug. I mean, a obliteration. I'm not saying that we're gonna blow them out of the water or anything like that. But I think this is going to pretty much go toe to toe because that offense, Jalen Hurts is he got it. He got it. He got it. And you got Devontae Smith. You got Dallas Goedert. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Sanders is going to play, but even if Sanders doesn't play, the mixture between Howard and Boston Scott and Kenny G, the rookie, I think the mix between all three of those running backs, I don't see how they lose this game.
Wow.
Sorry.
I love it.
I don't see how they lose it. If they stick with what's been going on for them for the last 7 to 8 weeks, if they keep going with that game plan and just build and stay just keep close attention to detail, I don't see how they don't win. And I'm fine with going down the ship. If we lose, we lose. But guess what? I don't see it happening. It's the right time to play the Buccaneers. It's the right time. They are injured. And that defense has shown if you can run the ball lately, they've shown if you can run the ball against them, you can win. It's not impossible to win. So between the running backs, whoever it is, and Jalen Hurts, I'm with it, bro. I'm with it.
I love it. I just want to say real quick, because you mentioned them, it's only right. I'm New York based. I am physically closer to Antonio Brown in whatever trap house he's in right now than he is to joining another NFL team again. I'm just saying I'm physically closer to that than anything else.
Yes.
I also want to add, I agree that this team is extremely banged up and in all the right places to make this matchup a great matchup.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so hard to go against the defending champions, man, especially when, with all due respect, I don't want to be the guy to say it, but this is a 9-7 team here. This isn't a team that is consistent, even when they are doing the things that you wish they would do.
But,
so,
like I've said repeatedly this year, not all teams are their records.
Mm-hmm. And every week is different. You can't look at that last week and say, "Oh, but you guys lost the count." Listen, Gardner Minshew was out there doing everything he could. All right, and it wasn't a bad blowout. So
no. I mean, score wise, if you look at the score, that's not what you want to see. But I mean, Dak was playing against third string players,
and at basically full strength.
Yeah, and he wanted that record to pass Tony Romo. I'm not looking at that game. I don't care about the game.
I just love that we didn't have to talk about that L just because real quick, we made such a huge deal last week talking about how there's no way the Eagles lose this one. And then they literally rolled out everyone to rest. And then we're here like, so I'm just saying on a week that the playoffs started, that's a beautiful week. I'm just saying to have that L.
If you got to give it L, I'm good with it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I think that this matchup is also one of the more competitive ones this week.
Oh yeah.
I think the big issue that I have, and you'll probably disagree with this, but I think that if they decide to, and this is the Bucs, if the Bucs decide to abandon the run game, they can have more success than you would imagine against this Eagles team. Now,
I'm not shocked.
Call it a hot take. A hot take, because that's usually against what we all would advise a team to do. But I think matchup wise, that's their best avenue, even entirely banged up. So I'm interested in this game, but I can't pick the Eagles. I'm going with the Bucs. How do you feel about this one, Dwayne? Balance us out a little.
Oh, man, I've thought long and hard on this one. I really have. And you know what? Man, this might be a first. I don't know, but I'm going for a three-peat, y'all. I'm going for a three-peat. I got the Eagles winning this game, y'all. I got the Eagles winning this game. I know you never bet against Brady. Never bet against Brady, but this might be a sentimental pick a little bit here. Brady got a few weaknesses. And there's a team that knows a little bit about Brady's weaknesses. It would be Derrick's Eagles over here. Case in point, as Derrick mentioned, let's go back to the game they played. Last time I checked, that was a very close scored game. When we talk about matchups, Eagles match up pretty well against this Bucs team here. And at that loss, as Derrick emphasized, they did not utilize their strength the most to defeat Brady. Now they figured it out. The light bulb has come on, and this team has not only went from having a disappointing season, they turned it around, got that playoff berth, and now they got the biggest task ahead of them. Because I realized that this is a team that is going to be highly overlooked, probably even by the Bucs. Tom Brady won't overlook them, but who's to say the rest of that team's not overlooking high? You know, it's practically a bye week for us right here. This is a nice little warm up. I think this is one of those cases. I do see it being competitive, but I think the world's going to get shocked when the Eagles fly.
And over and over again, too. Over and over again. I can't believe you did the 3 underdog pick in a row. Like, this is you need to send a parlay in. Like, you have to just $5, bro. Like, you'll probably get back like 100 and something.
Oh,
crazy.
Man. Yeah. I don't know what it is, man. It's you know, if it's one thing I've learned about the playoffs, literally all bets are off. As Derrick said, one thing's for sure. Your record means nothing when it comes to playoffs. All it takes is one game. One game. It's not like the NBA where you got to do a best of 7. You know, thank God. In the NFL, you don't have to do a best of. It's one game. And if you're just better than them by one game, you move on. And if it's one thing I can say about Derrick's Eagles on any given Sunday, especially in this case, they can outshine even the best of Super Bowl champions. I mean, they're a former Super Bowl champion in their own right. So therefore, they got the recipe. They know what to do. And I really just feel like in my heart of hearts, for some reason, one of these 3, if not all 3 of these upsets are guaranteed to happen.
That's so crazy.
That's a wild pick, man.
I just want to say, you guys, real quick, I was looking at the stats from this first game. And there's one stat that jumps out that literally makes me want to change my pick and go with you guys.
It's
this one right here. And it's this one right here. This is going to be super surprising. So the final box score, and this isn't the stat, but the final box score was 28-22 in favor of the Bucs. Now, this is the key stat, and this is where the game will be won in the playoffs. The Bucs' time of possession was 40 minutes. Philly's time of possession, 20 minutes. I don't think there's a shot in hell that it's that low for the Eagles now. With all the running game issues, as far as you're on the 3rd string running back from what you started with for the Bucs, I can't imagine that you guys are anywhere near in that 20 range. Jesus. So the fact that you guys made it that close with only having the ball for 20 minutes really makes me want to flip my pick. But somebody got to pick the Bucs here, and I'm going to be the guy to do it.
I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad at it, brother.
Can I say one thing before we move on to the next
subject? Dude, you get the last word, brother. This is your team.
I would like to offer my apologies to Doug Peterson.
I never would have thought I still saw this day.
I know. Wow. I know. I see why he coached Carson Wentz the way he did. I get it. I fully understand it now. Because where's Carson? Where are the Colts?
Bye-bye.
You know what I'm saying? And the difference between him coaching Wentz and Hurts, you saw it was night and day. And they went on a magnificent streak at the end of that season. Going into the playoffs, right? So I think I have to apologize. I was hard on Peterson. I mean, all of Philly is what was hard on him, but um, I see why. I see why there's a difference in coaching, and my apologies.
All right. So real quick, I think this is the perfect opportunity to throw in a segment as well as talk about Doug Peterson a little bit. So,
Okay.
where do you think Doug Peterson lands? Because there's no way we go another season without Doug Peterson coaching an NFL team. We all agree on that, right?
Right. Right.
So where do you guys think he lands?
Chicago.
He already did the interview.
Not only did he do the interview, he actually went to Chicago to I don't want to say it was like guest like type thing this season, but he was there this year to help do something. He was on you saw pictures of him on the field with Justin Fields and with Nick Foles, and I could see it in his eyes. I think if he gets a hold of Fields and somewhat is able to coach him the way he was able to coach Hurts. Remember what I told you last week in terms of Fields not being a write-off?
Mm-hmm. Dude, you just blew my mind, bro. You just blew my mind.
Yeah.
And this is my reason. I looked at this coaching spot as far as the Bears, and my immediate reaction is, how the hell do they not go after Brian Flores? This is a perfect fit.
That's another one.
They're what his strength is what they are already strong at, and then he'll raise their floor as well. But when you just talked about that Fields magic, you just I agree. Doug Peterson needs to be the one that they sign, and I think Flores. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get back to this later because it's in the segment. Dwayne, what are you thinking as far as where Doug Peterson ends up?
I'm gonna go for a wild card pick here, and I'm gonna go with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say
not the sexiest pick. It may not be the sexiest pick, but you talk about quarterbacks. Well, there's a quarterback in Jacksonville right about now that's turning a few heads too, and I realized that even though the Jaguars may not have the prettiest record, I realized that there's a lot of things you could say, given the Urban Meyer drama and all of that. All you need is culture in that organization right about now. Take a guy like Trevor Lawrence, take some young pieces that they have on that offense. We've seen the defense actually turn up when they want to. All you need is the right culture. Get some of the right defensive coordinators around them that'll really hype that culture up on the defensive end. Next thing you know, man, Jacksonville starting to look like a contender again all of a sudden. Maybe an up-and-coming contender, not right away instant, but more so like, oh, there's a big difference in this Jacksonville team. We can't laugh at them as a joke anymore. Like, that's why I say not the sexiest pick per se, because I do like that analysis Derrick gave on Chicago. But Brian Flores, to me, if he's not in Chicago, right there in Chicago on that spot, because you could argue and make a case for either one of those. Based off what Chris was saying as well, I agree. That's a perfect fit for Flores. But if he doesn't get there and somehow Peterson ends up there in Chicago, I'm thinking Denver for Flores.
I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy too? Real quick, I got two funny things to mention here, and then we can move on. I think hands down, the one team that nobody wants to talk about in this Flores sweepstakes is not a team that Flores fits well into, but it's a team that their weaknesses, their floor will be raised by having Brian Flores. And that is the Minnesota Vikings. I think if he ends up in that spot, I think it may not make sense when you first think of it, especially because offensive minded, the way they have everything set up. But get yourself a good offensive coordinator, and I think he raises their floor in a way that nobody else does.
That's interesting. forgot all about Minnesota.
It's a hot pick right there. I kind of like that.
I don't think anybody wants to go to the Giants, but
oh yeah, no, that's why we didn't even talk about it. They're gonna hire
take
somebody
that back.
out of college or something.
Yeah, that's the unsexy pick right there.
That
nobody
doesn't
wants
at all.
that.
Jacksonville number one overall pick,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Real quick. Jacksonville, I just want to say, I got to take my flowers. Next year, remind me because I will forget. Next year, I'm opening my Dwayne shirt every time I get the chance because there has been multiple games this season that there was no reason why I should have this analysis. And it turned out I was right and I didn't have the balls to pick them.
Yeah.
And that game with Jacksonville, I called it, but I didn't say it was going to be 26-3. I said, I think that they could win 7-3.
Yeah.
And somehow they blew out the Colts in a way that I couldn't have imagined. Obviously, Colts only ended up scoring 10. Crazy. I just need to embrace my inner highlight. That's all I got to do.
Hey, man, I would have
won this
season,
bro. I was 2 points behind Derrick. I just want to say.
Now, bro, let me tell you though. I believe I text you. And the funny thing was, I listened into the show because I had to find out, okay, how my fellas thinking going into this final week of the season. And I heard y'all talk about the Colts and Jacksonville. And in my mind, this is coming from a Titans fan who knows both of these teams very well. Yeah. And in my mind, I said, nah, the Colts ain't winning that game, buddy. It's definitely going to be Jacksonville. And boy, I was so glad to get that right. I was like, man, y'all sleep on them Jags if you want to. Trust me, when you in those final 2 games and you already know, we've
that's
already
what you're playing
tanked.
for. That's what you're playing for, yeah.
But they
plus the division rivals.
The Colts still needed to get a win to get in. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm thinking Jonathan Taylor, there's no way the way he's been balling and Michael Pittman, like, there's no way.
Let me tell you about this Taylor guy. Okay,
Jesus.
Here, let me tell y'all something. Let me just tell y'all something. I mean, look, Jonathan Taylor, he cute and all. That's nice. He cool. But can we be honest here? Can we be honest? This man wouldn't even be talked about if my guy didn't get hurt, okay? He was light years ahead of him in that leading division, okay? Yeah. And let's be real. If he hadn't gone down by now, trust me when I say he wouldn't have come within a hair of Derrick Henry's rush yards, okay? That was like, okay, hold my lightweight, little man. You know what? I'll go and give you a little torch because, I'm gonna just sit this one out and come back playoff time. I'm kind of over the regular season rush title. Been there, done that. You know what I mean? He was on his Dwight Howard backward defensive player of the year day. You know what? This is getting boring to me now. Somebody else take it. You know what I mean? I'm going for a Super Bowl title right now. That's what's on my mind. I don't want no Russian title. You can have that. So he gave that to Jonathan Taylor and was like, yeah, y'all ain't going nowhere anyway. Go on, take that as your victory. So, point blank, all I'm here to say is, sorry, I'm glad you finally see the light with your boy Wentz, okay? Because I was like, look, that's cute that they brought him from Philly over here to the Colts, all right? But at the end of the day, Carson Wentz is not Andrew Luck, and he is not Peyton Manning. This man is not taking those Colts to those days, okay? Therefore, sorry, Colts. You still got to shop for your guy because he ain't it. He's an out.
I got nothing but love for Wentz, but 2017 may have just been his peak. That may have been it.
And it was a peak that nobody saw coming. So
it
makes sense.
At all, man. At all. Every player has it. I mean, I agree with you. I mean, I get it because as an Eagle, when you fought for him, you fought. You're like, this is my guy.
Fighting for the last 5 years.
Oh yeah. Yes, you did.
There's a couple of weeks you try to convince me to pick the Colts. Yeah, and I wasn't having it. I'm like, no, I'm not doing it, bro.
I told you. I told you.
There's a love story there with you, Derrick. But I will admit, real quick, I think it's nice for us to have a quick little change of pace right before we finish up these playoff games. I just want to say we made a new segment here.
Uh-oh.
And it's only right that we take the time to highlight right now. Okay, we on the sidelines here, but what the fuck is wrong with the Dolphins? Why did they let go of Brian Flores? Now let's talk about this.
No clue.
When you were 1-8, What are they? What 1-7 or 1-8? I don't remember.
They were like 1-7. Yeah.
When you were 1-7, if you let go of Brian Flores there, I don't think anyone would have been mad at you. That makes sense.
I would have been confused.
I think that's a more defensible position than what they did. And let me get into this because I'm mad. This is my what the fuck, all right?
Yeah.
How the hell do you stay with him? You watch him turn around your literally top 5 pick season to almost making the playoffs. They were in the conversation.
Oh, for sure.
You saw that culture change. You saw firsthand that you'd never, for the first stretch in what I would imagine is 40 years, the Patriots did not beat you at all. At all. That is not something that any coach from the Dolphins can claim, in my opinion. And they saw the whole arc. They saw him through and still decided to let him go. Now, the rumor is they let him go because of compatibility issues with Tua. Now, if that's the problem, you're ridiculous because first and foremost, exactly. There's so many people chomping at the bit to sign Flores right now. And there's honestly better fits for him than there was in Miami, but they already had him wrapped up. So if you were going to let him go, why didn't you let him go when you were 1-7?
Yeah.
Why would you hold on to him until he shows you his historic capacity to turn this freaking football team around? And then you let him go in a landscape of who? Who are you gonna pick up? The only person that came to mind for me, scheme-wise, fit-wise, that works is that other Harbaugh brother. He's over there in college doing his thing. He loves himself a running QB. It makes sense fit-wise. But like the key word, man, how the hell do you pick Tua? Someone who, even with the way the season went, everyone still felt we should go get Deshaun Watson. If that move would have been made early on in the season, this team is a playoff team without a discussion.
Oh, no, it's not a question. Yeah.
Like, I never had faith in the Miami Dolphins as an organization anyway. They live in the armpit of the United States. Yeah. There's no question that they were on the wrong track to start. But what the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know. That was my choice as well.
No way, really?
That's why I text you the segment idea, because I'm confused. I get your argument. Beginning of the season, while they had that losing streak, it would make a little more sense. But even with that, to me, the reason why it didn't make any sense is because when Flores was there, 2-3 years, you had no one. You had no one there. Who was he going to coach? And you give him a little talent, you see what he does. Now, if they had pulled the trigger on that Deshaun Watson trade, I agree. There's no way this. I didn't even know Flores was even an option to pick up for other teams, because in my mind he's Miami's. There's no way they let him go. I didn't even, when that happened, I was so shocked and confused. I was actually working, and like I don't even know what else to be doing at that point in time, because I'm sitting there looking at my phone just like, wow, that makes no sense. Why would you let go of Flores, who is clearly the guy that you want to build? You're supposed to be building a team, right? With that team, a young team, you need to have culture. He seemed to be doing that. And we discussed this the last couple of weeks. I told you, if you throw out all of the criteria for coach of the year, to me, Flores was in that conversation. He was in that conversation, just like Campbell, in terms of like what it takes to get your team to still believe in what's going on, even though you got this losing streak going on. You know what I'm saying? Like to buy in on what is being coached. Flores is one of those guys that I'm like, oh, he deserves consideration for coach of the year, and you let him go. I guarantee he's going to win the championship. I guarantee he's going to end up winning a championship. And if he goes to one of these teams that like, if he goes to Denver and they can turn a couple of couple pieces or whatever, that's easily a championship contender right there. but I guarantee he's gonna win a title before the Miami Dolphins even become a contender for the playoffs. Because this is one of the dumbest moves I've like. I don't even know.
There is no lateral move. There's nobody else that you could pick that's a lateral move.
Yeah.
So how do you imagine that there's someone with a better upside? Like,
and if Tua is your guy,
which he's not,
we know that's true. That's not happening. But if he is your guy, you better hope and pray he pans out. Because this is the move that says that, okay, like, this is our guy. If they end up going and trading for Deshaun Watson now, or drafting someone, which I don't even know who you're going to draft in this class, or you trying to trade for someone else, I don't see what the reason is to move on for Flores. I don't get it. I'm confused. But that was my choice for WTF as well. Because I don't get it.
Wow. Dude.
So real quick, is there something that stands out to you as far as your what the fuck moment of the week, Dwayne? If there isn't, it's okay because we put you on the
spot. You know what? I do have somewhat of a what the F moment, but you know what? I can take my moment and just save it for a little later with what we talk about, because I know Chris said we'd get to that, so I'll push that to that. I'm just gonna go full circle and agree with y'all on this Brian Flores situation. I'm gonna say a couple of things with this. One, it feels very racial to me a little bit, even though I do know, if I'm not mistaken, the Dolphins have a black person in the front office. I think the GM or something like that.
And if that's the case, it's black on black crime to me.
Yeah, but it definitely comes off
even worse.
Yeah, because I only know that because Stephen A. Secretly roots for the Dolphins organization because of Flores, and he said it was someone in the front office that was a black person as well, with the diversity and all of that or something. Not an owner, but more so like the GM or whatever. So, all that being said, it feels racial to me because it just doesn't make sense. It's like, how do you have back-to-back winning seasons? Not just the winning season. You had back-to-back winning seasons.
Which they had not.
The Dolphins have never had that.
How long? Never?
Never.
But when was the last time they had a winning season, though?
Exactly. That's an organization that is par on par, just as bad as them Detroit Lions.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it really was one of those things where even I kind of scratched the head like, are you serious? Now, I mean, here's the thing. Let's bring up this Deshaun Watson news. Number one, Deshaun Watson only wanted to come to Miami because of Brian Flores. So guess what? You lost that.
Mm-hmm.
Once this stuff with him clears up and he's able to go wherever he wants to go, he ain't going to Miami. He gonna go wherever Brian Flores lands. So best believe if you said what you said about Denver, if he was to somehow end up there, best believe Deshaun Watson headlines are gonna say he is interested in going to Denver.
That'd be interesting. That'd be very interesting.
So, and with those weapons like a Jerry Jeudy and a Noah Fant and some of these people, man, look, Deshaun Watson will have a field day with that.
If he's able to do what he's done in Houston, I mean, Jesus
Christ. Oh yeah.
Dude, real quick, I just want to say this is the second time I literally hands on head and just had an epiphany with you guys. Like, this is why, hands down, playoff time in the NFL is better than any other sport, in my opinion. The one game elimination, and you see the landscape of next season playing out before free agency even starts. Dude, crazy.
It's
stuff.
Crazy. You know, all I want to
say real quick.
Oh, go ahead, brother.
I just wanted to throw this in there because it's only fair with what you just said. I had to throw it in there because it's just the first thing that came to mind. Because they'll slam you down to the street top. Can somebody finish this for me or not? Black police showing out for the white cop. Finish us off here, Dwayne, please. Finish us off here, Dwayne.
Hey, man, look, dog. I can't even lie, man. That's a good one. That's a good setup. You did that. You did that, Chris. You did that. Hey, man. No, real talk, man. At the end of the day, it's just it's not fair. It's not fair to Flores to do that, but it's a blessing in disguise for a guy like Flores. It allows him to prove a point. But I will say, I do remember with Tua going to that little tension we say that they clearly have. I do remember seeing him on an interview, and I believe this was ESPN. It was I forget who sat down with him. I think it was it was leading up to Monday Night Football, that Monday Night Football game they had. And they were on that street. And I do remember at this point, it was leading up to 7 because it was just before they played us.
So they're on a losing streak. Okay.
Yeah, so they were on that. Oh, the winning streak. This was the winning streak, not that streak. Okay. The winning streak. It was the winning streak.
Okay.
And they were building this up around Tua because they were like, man, all the narrative you fought through, even with the whole Deshaun Watson news and trade rumors, you fought through all of that. And now this team's been on a 7-game win streak, and you're behind center with all of this, And they were like, what is it like being with Coach Flores? I bet he yells a lot. And then the way he just responded, it was like a hesitation and yeah, a lot. Like, it wasn't really just one of those quick, it was one of those you could read through it. And if you look it up, I guarantee you might find it on YouTube. If you go back and look at it, you could tell he just wasn't gelling with homie. He did not like Flores at all. And somehow, maybe he got his hands in the organization's pockets. Yeah. For all we know, he's their media darling. I don't know. But if they don't get the right person for him, that's going to be a sinking ship real fast. Mark my words.
Let me ask this real quick. You guys think it's possible Flores could just go to Houston?
No.
I thought about that.
I don't think you take that.
I thought about that. I'm not. If Watson stays, because remember I told you last week, I don't know that he's going to get traded anywhere. Like this year was the year for him to get traded. Mm-hmm. And I don't know that that's going to actually happen. If, let's say, off chance he doesn't get traded and everything clears up, do you see a spot where Watson is, and Flores is not hired at this point, but let's say, this is someone that he wants at that in Houston. Could you see where Flores could go to Houston and they could turn that program around? Because he turned Miami around.
I don't doubt his ability to do it. I just think I was going to say this to transition into the next game, but I can't imagine or think of a coach that stock went up more by getting fired than Brian Flores. Yeah. I can't imagine one. I think he wants to end up somewhere where he's not in that same purgatory he was when he started with the Dolphins. Yeah. I think I don't doubt that he will turn any organization around that he ends up at. I think it would work, especially because you want that pairing. But I think it's a lot more feasible for him to end up in a scenario, even in Minnesota or in Denver, where it's a little more established, but you could also still make that push for Deshaun Watson. So I feel like he ends up somewhere a little bit more established.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not happening. It's not happening just because that's a broken relationship that even he can't fix. Those fans, first of all of these allegations against him is in Houston. If that all suddenly clears up, it's no coincidence. At the end of the day, he is well out of there. That's like asking if Ben Simmons is going to repair anything that just happened with him in Philly. We all know when that man is gone, it's a much better shot. He's got a much better shot at getting Ben Simmons to stay and repair that relationship with Philadelphia and his team than you do with getting Deshaun Watson to stay in that. Nah, he's trying to get Deshaun Watson, mark my words, will be a man on a mission the moment he steps back on that field. Mark my words that this man will be something to be reckoned with. The moment he's back on that field, he got a point to prove.
No, I agree.
His image has now been somewhat damaged because of something that's not even true right now. And I best believe that no matter where he ends up, he gonna remind the league of something real quick.
Hey man, I just want to say this is a perfect time to transition because I hate that the narrative around Deshaun Watson is entirely based on him playing football. I don't care what anyone says.
Mhm.
If you are on Cosby levels of accusations,
Yeah.
you should we should not be talking about you playing sports. You
Yeah.
don't deserve that luxury.
Yeah.
But do
Yeah.
I disagree that he's an exceptional talent? Do I disagree with that? Not at all.
Mhm.
But where I stand, fuck that guy. And we'll
Yeah.
move on with that one.
Yeah.
Next up,
Yeah.
49ers at the Cowboys. Man, this is a good one. Dwayne, you might, I don't know, you might be 4 in a row here, brother. You might be 4 in a row. Let's be real about this one, man. Dallas has the best offense in the league. Um, that's statistics. That's not, you
Mhm.
can't argue with me. That's
Mhm.
statistics.
Mhm.
I think that doesn't matter against the 49ers, and it never did. They're too well coached, and both of their lines are too good for that to be a problem. I
Mhm.
think where this game is won and lost is on the Niners offensive side of the ball. Now, I think right now more than ever, this is something that Derrick and I talked about across the course of the season. I can't imagine or think of a scenario where they had a two-man quarterback situation that worked out for the better.
Mhm.
I think this is the game that they needed to work out for the better.
Sure.
Because if it's not going to be Jimmy G or Trey Lance, it needs to be by committee in order for them to find a way to keep matching the firepower of this team. I could see a scenario where Dallas just lays down like they always do because that's who they are. Um,
That time of year.
yeah, it literally that time of the year. Um, but in my heart of hearts, I'm gonna be real. I don't want that to happen. My father's a Cowboys fan, whether or not you believe that,
Wow.
and he has been really excited about their prospects this season. I am on the other side of the fence. I think I'm going with the Niners here. And statistically, rankings wise, I mean seeding wise, this will be the biggest upset of the week if it cashes.
Mhm. Mhm.
I'm going with the Niners in this one. And it's not because I think that they're a better team than the Cowboys. I don't think talent wise at all they are. Character wise is my issue. So I'm going with the Niners in this one.
Good one.
It's real
This is
silent in here now, baby. I shut it down, baby.
No, I was pondering on what you had to say, man. Wow, I'm very torn on this. This is another matchup I'm very torn on for a couple of reasons. As you mentioned, yes, the Cowboys have statistically the best offense in the league. They got a lot of firepower. Defense isn't anything to sniff at either. But there's a certain guy on that 49er squad that's more dangerous than anyone. And his name is Kyle Shanahan. It's that guy got schemes for days. And if it's one thing he knows how to do, it's draw up some schemes, trick plays. And I think we're gonna see a whole lot of things. Is like, what in the world did we just see coming from that Kyle Shanahan led type of offense? Because it's not the greatest offense, I think he's gonna take a weakness and make it into a strength to throw off the Cowboys. Yet, however, I know this sounds like a setup for another upset, right? I'm actually going with Dallas to take this victory right now, believe it or not, because of those narratives of it's that time of the year for them. A guy like Dak is a little different. He doesn't give me those Romo vibes, even though the aura of what the Cowboys are and what causes them to, die and lay over and do. And we've seen those moments. Yes, we have. But Dak, man, he just has a different presence about him, man. And I don't know, man. I think they're just gonna barely squeak by in this one. They're not gonna blow anybody out in this. I think they're gonna just barely squeak by. We haven't seen this matchup this season, but the reason why I'm choosing the Cowboys is this reason. To me, this is that Super Bowl from a couple of years ago with the Kansas City Chiefs and this 49ers team. That Garoppolo effect is going to remind y'all of why they didn't win that Super Bowl against the Chiefs. Everything else was great until you got to Jimmy Garoppolo. Because as my dad would say, this is one of my dad's favorite phrases when it comes to any quarterback. Derrick, I'm sorry, but this is a phrase that he used to say when it came to Donovan McNabb with those Eagles that year they went to the Super Bowl against the Patriots. He can't find nobody. And unfortunately, I'm going to say that about Garoppolo. He can't find nobody. Not Deebo Samuels.
I was going to set it up like this. I was going to set it up like this for you, Derrick. I just got to say real quick to wrap up what you said beautifully. I think there's no bigger testament to who Kyle Shanahan is as a coach than the fact that Greg Kittle was for a while being considered as a same level of tight end as Travis Kelce. That just is not the case. That is 100% off the back of Shanahan. But
George Kittle.
Now this is the
George.
Yeah, I don't know why I said Shanahan. Sorry about that.
No, you said Greg.
No, you said Greg Kittle. George.
Yeah. Thank you. Even better. Yeah, thank you. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
now, the most important thing that I have to say here, and then another reason why everyone likes to talk about Diggs being the interception king this season. And don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful thing. All it takes is a Deebo double move to get that downfield action going. And he's fell for it so many times this year. And that's why I have so much confidence in this pick. But how are you feeling, Derrick? Balance us out here a little bit.
Yeah, what you got, D?
I'm actually going with the Niners on this one. And it's got nothing to do with my Dallas hate. It's completely unbiased. Because honestly, if they weren't facing that defensive line, I would actually choose the Cowboys. But I think they're going to completely negate the run game. And if you take the run game out completely, that pass game it's not gonna be there. And on top of that, like you just said, Deebo is he's gonna have fun against Diggs. He's gonna have a lot of fun against Diggs. George Kittle he's going to have the way he blocks. I don't see this. I think the only person for Dallas that's gonna still get his numbers is Micah Parsons, and you cannot rely on just one guy on defense. You can't just rely on one guy. I don't see how they're going to be able to run the ball that well against this line.
And you know what's the key? Pollard is still banged up. He's playing, but he's still banged up.
And Zeke
so that's the key.
Zeke. So I can't do it. If Pollard was Pollard, I would likely choose Dallas, but this is just not. It's not it. And like you said, with them doing the quarterback by committee, I think that this is where it's similar to the Eagles, where if you stay on par with your game plan, the likelihood of you winning is a lot higher than if you just kind of just go with whatever. I think they're going to be able to win this game. It's not going to be again a case where they obliterate the team. They're not going to obliterate the Cowboys, but I think that they're going to negate that run game, at least for it to be effective. I don't think they're going to have an effective run game. So I think this is where the Cowboys season ends.
I love that. And for the record, gentlemen, kind of like Chris did with the Eagles and the Bucks pick when y'all make me want to retract that pick, but I'm not, because somebody got to roll with those Cowboys, because Cowboys fans know that, here they go again. All them Cowboys fans, they're probably here like, even though Derrick just made it known he hates y'all, but he ain't picking this because he hates y'all.
No.
I'm rolling with this because I'm not even a Cowboys fan. I feel like this will be a little different for them this time around. But those injuries are a key thing to think about, because also not having Michael Gallup at all for the rest of the season is really messing with them.
That's another part of this. That's another part.
That is another thing.
Yeah.
You still got Cooper, you still got CeeDee Lamb, but not having Michael Gallup is also something to think about. But I think even with all of this, they're going to overcome it and get past this round. We'll see what happens in the second, depending on who they match up against. But I got them getting past this first round. They may be a little more beat up after, but I got them getting past the second round.
Shoot. Give me Michael Gallup and Calvin Ridley in the offseason. I think that's happening. I'll say that.
Yeah, I don't know where you heard that from. That's a good one.
Wait, where? To the Eagles? Atlanta might actually just say you can have Ridley for all I know.
Yeah, he's forcing.
He showed ain't proved to be that guy.
Nah, he's forcing his way out. I mean, what's there's nothing here.
Hey, Pitts had a sneak. If it wasn't for Jamar Chase, Kyle Pitts is your rookie of the year.
I agree.
Just saying.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Sure.
But that doesn't win you the division.
True. But you said there's nothing there. You said there's nothing there.
If you're not winning division, what are you gonna do? There's nothing there for you.
True.
Yeah.
All right. Last thing I want to say, absolute state of this conference that the Cowboys were the second seed, but we'll move on. We'll move on with that sour taste in our mouth. Steelers at the Chiefs, 8:15 p.m. on a Sunday night. This is gonna be the only game we all picking the same way, right? We don't even gotta talk about this one too much, right?
Only thing I gotta say about this game is I'm actually shocked Ben came out today and said what he said. There's no way in hell, like, he's right. They have no shot at winning this game. He's completely correct. But you don't say that. It feels like Ben is just like, hey, man, I'm out the door. Like, let me just get my game check and then I'm out. Like, that's how it came across. He's like, let's just have fun. Who knows? We don't have a shot. He said of the 14 teams that are in the playoffs, we are number 14. Why would you say that?
Dude, this dude he went full Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
He had the complexion. He already looked just like him. He went full Will Ferrell with that one.
Not wrong. That's the thing. He's completely
boy.
correct. But you don't say that. And especially with the young players they have on this team, Najee Harris, Watt, like you have some ballers on this team, right? But I'm not allowing my teammates to hear me say something like that, even if I know it's true.
Mm-hmm.
So they've already lost this game. There's just no way they can win. When your leader says that, there's no way. There's no way. And of course, who they're going to play against. But I mean, like if you think that way ahead of a matchup, you've already lost the game.
Dude, I just hate that my Ravens allowed this bullshit to happen. I just want to say, because this would actually be a fun game to talk about if my Ravens had moved on.
For sure.
And everything fell in our lap, but fucking Hollywood Brown wants to continue to be Hollywood and have something on those fingers that he can't hold on to the damn ball when we would have had our winning field goal. But I'm going to shut the hell up.
At least he's not Nelson Aguilar. I'll give you that. He's not Nelson Aguilar.
Yeah.
Dwayne, who you got here?
Man, initially coming into this, I had upset on my mind. I did. But I've picked enough upsets for the week. I have. I stop at 3. 3 is my limit. All right. I got my 3 upsets. I will say this. Should the Steelers win this game, I won't say I'm surprised. Because after what Derrick just said, I'm actually glad he said that statement. Why? Because what if he's a veteran? Yeah. Veterans tend to do veteran-like things, and for all we know, maybe old Ben is just playing a little reverse psychology here. Maybe he's saying that to light a fire under his young teammates. Maybe he's saying that just to go on one hoorah. I mean, he's done this before. Maybe he's possibly Strange possibility here. Maybe he's trying to do in reverse of what he did in his rookie season. Maybe he's trying to take a wild card team and see if we can go on one last run, get to the Super Bowl here somehow. I don't know. You didn't hear from me, but don't be surprised if that was reverse psychology and it actually works. That being said,
hell it can't.
I don't know. Chase Claypool, they got weapons. Najee Harris, they got weapons. But at the end of the day, of course, I'm picking the Chiefs, man. I mean, it's the Chiefs.
Just want to say I have not said this all season, and we picked every game of this season, Derek. Mm-hmm. I will put my life savings on the Chiefs, and that's all I want to say.
I really am, Chris.
I'm there too, bro.
Chris,
like,
Chris. Now tell me. Now Derek already admitted with his division rival that wasn't a spite pick. So tell me, is this a spite pick because you want your Ravens in this position,
dude?
Is it realistically like, nah?
I gave up. I gave up on the Ravens making the playoffs when we lost to the Packers. That was 3 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. Dude. It's a little bit of a spite pick, but if you watch this team play at all this season, even the games they won, they shouldn't have won.
Yeah.
So I don't want nothing to do with this team that tied with the Lions. They're gonna get wrecked.
I would almost put you know what? I would almost put my ownership of OTS on the line. Because there's no way in hell.
Oh no.
There's no way in hell this is going for Steelers. There's no
I just
way.
Can't wait that as soon as this upset happens, this clip is going up as
that's why I said almost
100%. No. I'm saying me, you, all of this is going up once the Steelers win and somehow finds their way in the Super Bowl. But it's not happening, brothers. It's not happening.
Nah. I don't even think Steelers fans are betting on this one.
Legit.
Oh boy.
Now this one, I said earlier that Raiders Bengals is the biggest shootout, and I still agree with that. But this is the one game that I look at on this entire docket that I cannot believe we're getting in the wild card round.
Yeah.
Cardinals at the Rams. Yeah. The Rams snagged this home field advantage at the last second of this season. Mm-hmm. Man, we talked about this happening all season. The Cardinals finding their way into their playoffs. We assumed they were going to win the division at that point. And for some reason, we can't trust them. It's the little brother mentality. And I really feel like if there's a game that you need Murray magic, it is this game. Because on the road against a team that we were talking about this earlier, Dwayne, you weren't here for it. Mm-hmm. This Rams team is the Miami Heat of NFL defenses. They're just picking up everyone they could get. They got Eric Weddle now too. I don't know how the hell that even worked out, but they did. In my opinion, this game is super competitive, like super competitive. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, JJ Watt is back for this game. So that makes this even more enticing as far as a potential matchup. This is the biggest playoff football moment of this week. Mm-hmm. I can't wait for this game. Monday night, prime time, after all the other games already played out. This is the only thing we got to focus on. If the Cardinals come out here and shit the bed in this game and don't show up at all, I am really concerned about this team. Because how can you be this good and this bad at the same time? It's a lot to think about.
I already know who I'm choosing for this game.
Yes, let's hear it.
I'm choosing the Rams. And do you know why I'm choosing the Rams?
I bet you about to tell us.
DeAndre Hopkins is not playing. What have I told you the last couple of weeks?
Curtains.
You need Hopkins, bro. You need Hopkins. And I don't even care if JJ Watt is coming back. I don't care. You need Hopkins. There's no way they win without him. And the way that I think the Rams they left a few plays out there last week. You know, I think this is a good feeler game for them. going into the playoffs. This to be honest, I think this is a perfect matchup for them, on both sides of the ball, because you need that that threat that you can lose, but there's no way they lose in this game. Cardinals don't have Hopkins. That is all I need to know. That's all I need to know. And I told you I thought that the Cardinals were going to the Super Bowl, right? I told you beginning of the season that Cardinals to me seem like they can go all the way, but the last couple of weeks that we've seen them without Hopkins, they have looked like the complete opposite of what they look like beginning this season. So I'm not choosing the Cardinals as much as I want to, because there's uh, Zach Ertz is over there, Jordan Hicks is over there. Those are my Eagles, bro. Like, I love those guys. That's it.
That's all we need to know.
That's all for. That's it for them.
What are you thinking, Dwayne?
Wow. Divisional matchups, man. You know what? Question, Derrick. Now, you mentioned one receiver that's not playing. Let me ask you this. Is the other one playing?
I don't care.
Is he playing?
Which one?
The other one.
Bro, I think they have pretty much everybody else available. Oh, James Conner might not be playing either, because I think he went out last week. If I'm not mistaken, I think he went out last week. Yeah, because and he's been big for their run game. So I don't. You have key injuries at key positions for this offense outside of Murray. I don't care who else is playing. If you don't have Connor and you don't have Hopkins, that is it. Lights out. I think they'll come back next season with everybody healthy, and I think they'll be able to make another run. And I think you see what happens then. But Hopkins to me is key for them to win. You don't have him, and Eric Weddle's coming out of retirement. Like, come on.
You know
what?
It's Weddle, but I respect
Weddle, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Listen, yeah. See, I get corrected all the time on this show. It's only right. I take my chance too.
I appreciate you doing that, because I had that moment, so I appreciate that.
I was about to bust out the penguin over here and shit.
I'm thinking of Jalen Waddle, bro. I don't know why.
It makes sense.
Oh,
I'm still thinking about the Dolphins for some reason. But
yeah, I can understand that. That's too close of a okay. Dog, for some reason, this is just a long shot. This is just a long shot. I'm picking the Cardinals to win this game.
Wow. Yeah. And what's the reason? You got to give me a reason. Like, I can't just accept the long shot. You got to give me a reason.
The reason, man, you know what? I think Arizona's defense carries this for them. I think this will just be one of those games where the defense just miraculously wins the game for them.
That's interesting.
Sometimes there are just those games where the defense does it, even when the offense can't.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think, because let me tell you about these Rams, man. I ain't bought them then. I don't buy them now. Super Bowl's in SoFi, and these fans are going to think, oh, yeah, this is where we going to be at right now in the same building. We got home field all the way. Those dreams get crushed for whatever random reason. And it's moments like this, because of historic tracks like that, they get bounced out.
That's interesting.
And Nita, mind you, I think I know another reason why I'm choosing Arizona's defense over this. Bump the offense. I'm choosing the defense for them to win this game because of that guy by the name of Matthew Stafford, who has never won a playoff game, and I don't even think been in a playoff game.
He has.
He's been in a playoff game, but he's never won one, right? Mm-hmm. I don't think that starts this week.
I was gonna say, yeah, I don't even think it would be defense. It'll be Lion Stafford showing up. I agree with that. I think that's a real possibility. But my issue with that theory is Kyler Hurry is known to show up in late game situations like this and really throw away the game. Like there's been so many times where all we need is that last minute stay in the pocket energy, and Kyler Murray is just trying to do everything he can to not do that. So
hold on, did you just make that up?
Yeah, right on the spot.
That was beautiful, bro. That was gorgeous.
Round of applause for that. That's a good nickname, brother. That's very Skip Bayless-esque, man.
Yo, I didn't say that. I saved that. I didn't say that all year. That was just off the dome.
That was amazing. Gorgeous.
That was a good one.
But yeah, man. That's why I'm going with the Rams too. I feel like the same way I can't trust Stafford, I can't trust Kyler even more. And with all those missing pieces, it makes sense. And it's so weird that 2-12-4 teams we're here talking shit about like extensively. Crazy. I feel like the Eagles got more praise than either of these teams, literally.
It's because it's an Eagles fan on the show.
Well, as Derrick emphasized, every team is not their record. We're gonna find ourselves saying that as the punchline. Every team is not their record.
I think the Cardinals are. They just broke down at the wrong time of the season. And that's the thing that sucks because they have all the weapons they need. When they're fully healthy, they have all the weapons they need to get to the Super Bowl. So I'm not gonna say that they've made a mistake in any way, shape, or form. I think they still have that ability to get to the Super Bowl next year. It's just this year it fell apart from them at the end of the season. Hopkins is not there. Maybe try to go get someone else to kind of like take a little pressure off of Hopkins next year. To shoulder that work, but I don't know what else to say about them.
I just want to say I'm really high on Rondale Moore. If they get a good second receiver, I think they will be in that same conversation as the Bengals for the best 3-punch receiver core in the league. But I agree with you 100%, man. This has been fun, you guys. This has been really fun.
Yeah. No, and I'm to that point though. I think if the Eagles go get Gallup and Ridley, I think they get in the discussion too.
Oh, 100%. But I think there's no way you get both. It'll be one or the other, in my opinion.
I think they can.
Interesting times.
They got
Interesting
cap space.
times.
They have the cap space for it, and this is the time for it. Why not? Ridley already pretty much wants to go up there. I mean, it's an Alabama boy, so you just got to pitch it to Gallup. That's it. He's a free agent. So
it's gonna be a tough pitch. I'm telling you, it's cold up there in Philly. You know what I'm saying? It's cold.
Yeah, but if the Cowboys lose, would you rather be cold and win, or warm and lose?
I think it's hard to make that argument. With the seed the Cowboys are and the seed the Philly is, but I respect it. I respect the fandom, brother.
All teams are not their record.
I like it.
Yes. Keep that in mind, just in case the Eagles go a little further than the Cowboys after this week.
By the way, there's something else on the line this week. Our over/under chip. If they win this game, then you're in consideration for that week, literally getting all your over/under picks right. So I'm excited about that.
Wait, really?
Except for the ones that didn't play out yet, like quarterbacks moving on, etc. There's a conversation there.
Okay. All right, bet.
We'll see how that goes.
Discuss that next week then. Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. But this is the end of the show. I think we've covered pretty much everything. We gave you guys another long one, but I might break this up into 2 parts. So we'll see.
I'm saying this was the best show we've done all year. I just want to say that.
I think
and with all due respect, Dwayne, I felt that same sentiment before you came on, and then we just hit it out the park after you came on. So this was awesome, you guys. Thanks.
Yeah. We'll have these segments going forward. There'll be a little we'll keep it more a little condensed, but we just wanted to give you guys a taste of what is to come. So we hope that you guys loved what the new format, and we'll be adding a couple more segments along the way, but just to give you a heads up, the first one again, please tell everybody, Chris, what the first segment was and the idea around it real quick.
Yes, sir. So the first segment was snatching titles, hunting belts. The whole premise was we were trying to see if we had one night, one opponent to send in there against the juggernauts of every single one of these sports, the champions, the number one seeds, what matchup looks the best to us, and who we would send in there for all the marbles.
Yes, and then the other segment you heard was WTF, just about what just made us just like shocked for the week in any sport. So those are your two new segments, and we will be back next week. Go ahead and give them your socials, Dwayne.
Well, you can find your boy at Dwayne Dickey Jr. on Instagram, at Highlight Life on Twitter. That's HILITE Life. Currently, I am on my social media hiatus, so I won't be back live until about February. But still follow your boy, man, and believe you me, there's gonna be a lot to say, especially by then. But I will say this if I can, real quickly. A little slight humble flex for a second. I gotta give a humble flex.
No.
I gotta give a humble flex. Well, two things. One, because I had to get this off the chest. One, I want to say go Dogs, not because I'm partially from Georgia, not fully from Georgia, but I'm doing this for all of my friends. Okay, I'm doing this for all of my friends who are Georgia natives 100%, and or all of my friends out there who actually attended the University of Georgia and they are alum. I'm gonna say go Dogs, even though I don't really follow college sports that heavy. I had that feeling, especially after those Atlanta Braves won that title. I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna carry over into Georgia. And what do you know?
Dude, you did say that the last time you were on the show.
I said that. Yo. And what do you know? Ladies and gentlemen, the state of Georgia is officially a winning culture again, or at this point, I guess now.
Bypass the Falcons, though. That, like, I don't know what that curse is for the Falcons.
Yeah, they're still on some type of curse.
They brought it in. They lost in the Super Bowl, but they brought it in. You could argue.
They might have brought that in. Yeah, maybe they did. Maybe they did. Maybe they didn't. We're going to see. We're going to see because I don't know. I don't know.
It's like, bro, I live here. I live here, bro.
I don't know because it's tough.
That's interesting.
We'll put it this way. If the Hawks mess around, not this year necessarily, but just anytime within the next couple years, if the Hawks within the next couple years go to the NBA Finals and they win an NBA championship before the Falcons ever sniff a Super Bowl, I give you that, Derrick. The Falcons definitely set that curse.
I think the Hawks get to the Eastern Conference Finals before the Falcons can do anything in the playoffs.
Well, they were in that just this past year, so technically, that's nothing for them.
I'm saying moving forward, though.
Nah, it got to be finals bust at this point. They've done that already, so they got to actually get to the
finals. They're not going to get to the finals. Not right now.
I'm not going to give it to them this year, but after it depends on their offseason. Says you got Trey Young,
Golden
build around what you got.
Chicago ain't going nowhere. Miami ain't going nowhere. And that's not even mentioned in the Bucks. I feel like that conference is locked up for the next couple of years, man.
Brooklyn, Boston. They're not doing anything.
I'll see y'all boys. I'll see y'all boys around playoff season. I'm gonna save that. I'll see y'all.
Hey, you're the one wearing a Chicago Bulls jacket, bro. Like,
all right. Just letting you know. That's another humble flex because I told people what was coming this season and they didn't believe me, but they see what's going on now. I'll revisit this conversation with playoffs.
I had them high in the seating. I just didn't have that high.
Well,
I didn't have this high.
I did.
Number one. I
did. You're doggone right. You're doggone right. I sure did. That's crazy. Nonetheless, I'm gonna tell you another humble flex though, because this is a humble flex I'm gonna make real quick. Shout out to the whole entire state of Tennessee, not just one city, the whole freaking state of Tennessee, because we winning on top of the world right now. Number 1 seeded Tennessee Titans. That's for my East Side people out there in Nashville because, you know, it's always a war. Nashville, Tennessee Titans, slept on. Number 1 seed. Getting their best player back just in time for what's going to be one heck of a crazy run. It's going to be fun, and I'm looking forward to it nonetheless. But my other humble flex goes to the west side of Tennessee with the most exciting player in the NBA of all time. 10 games straight, baby. I'm talking about that boy, Ja Morant. Beating Kevin Durant. Beating Steph Curry. Beating LeBron James. Yeah, that's right. Straight up, Ja Morant, baby. Grizzlies for the life, baby.
I got nothing but love for Ja Morant. But you just said the most electrifying in history?
Right now, yes, sir.
Oh, so you're saying currently the most electrifying?
Currently,
okay. I heard you say in history. I heard you say in history. So if you're saying currently,
franchise history.
In franchise. Okay.
Franchise history. You know.
I thought you meant the
franchise
league.
history.
I like that. You know? I like that.
But he's the most electrifying player right now in the league, man.
Okay.
Just know.
Okay. I thought you meant league, but I thought you meant league history. That's why I'm.
No, there's others. You know, I give credit. You know, my man D Rose had that title at one point in time. Westbrook had that title at one time. You know, it spreads out over its time of history. You know, we could even give it to MJ at one point in time. Allen Iverson. There's so many different names, but current present day, right here, right
and
now.
Listen, and I just gotta say, I love this take. I love this take because we were talking about this exact thing earlier. And what I said about this team is there hasn't been someone in the league like Ja since D Rose, and that includes Westbrook. He's on that D Rose level.
Yes.
But he has something that none of them ever had, and that's a jump shot.
A jump shot and an actual like team that's not just defensive built.
But it's not even about the team. I'm talking about individual player right now. And that's he's on that level. So I have no issue with putting him up there as far as faces of the league moving forward.
Yes.
But shout out to everything you just shouted out. You gave everything a shout out, but you need to shout out yourself, brother. We asked for the socials. We asked for the socials, bro.
They asked for the socials, man. Hey, y'all know, man, like you said, man, Dwayne Dickey Jr. on Instagram, Highlight Life on Twitter, as well as Instagram, for my artistry and all the good stuff. Like I said, I will be making a return to the socials at the top of February, man. But make sure y'all go check out some stuff, man. We having fun with it. And of course, more than anything, follow the platform. Follow the platform, man. All things OTS Media Co, man. Life's a Bosh podcast, MMA Archive, Past the Odds. We got so many electrifying shows right on this very platform, man. Sideline guys, you already know what it is, man. Sideline guys. Oh, this is where all the fun happens. You know what I mean? Shout out to y'all, man, for making these segments. I love segments, man. These segments are phenomenal. So keep these up, man.
Yes,
keep these up.
Sir. Appreciate you, man. Yes, sir. Go ahead, Chris.
Yes, sir. So thank you for that little shout out too. MMA Archive is coming back this Friday, baby. I can't wait. I'm going to be covering UFC 7.5, the only 0.5 pay-per-view in UFC history. The ultimate. Yep, 7.5. And I'm excited about this one because not only is it a historical pay-per-view because the 7.5, but also because this is, as far as all the tournaments, obviously now we're at the point in UFC history where we got lore. All of the guys in the tournament have fought and won in tournaments prior. There's a lot of returning faces matching up against other returning faces, which makes for the best matchups I think they had on paper at all in UFC history up to that point. So look forward to a big episode on Friday. You could catch that on Twitter at Negron MMA, as well as you can catch me on Instagram at Chris Negron _. I finally passed the vaunted 200 follower mark on Twitter. Thank you guys so much. I've been loving the interaction I've been getting. I can't believe, this is gonna sound silly, but I can't believe that I'm at the place I am and I'm still at such a humble place. So it just feels so good to have the respect and the love from you guys and to hear, shout out my listeners, man. You guys are vocal. I was surprised about that. You guys reach out to me all the time and let me know that you watch not only by yourself, but with your family, with your partners. So just amazing stuff. Thank you guys. Really appreciative. And most importantly, I'm gonna give my boy Derrick the oop, but follow the brand, baby. Send us home. Send us home, Derrick.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can follow me if you want. Derrick _ OTS. DERRICK, the black way to spell it. Yeah, follow me if you want. I am pretty funny, but follow the brand. You know, the brand. I'd rather you follow the brand than follow me. The brand at OTS Media Co. All social media platforms. I have finally updated the website. Finally updated part of the website to show the show aspect. I want everyone to go and check that out. You know, you can see all the shows we have going that are active, that are our top shows, that are doing numbers. We have other shows. A lot of them are either on sabbatical, hiatus, or they're canceled, straight up canceled. But I want you to go and check that out. You know, it took me a while to I didn't think it was gonna take that long, but it took a while to update. So we finally got that updated. We're still, getting that page actually updated because we have other people we need to add on there in terms of bio and stuff like that. But check that out. Look at the articles we have on there. Check out the YouTube channel. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. I would love if you guys subscribed and gave us some feedback. Let us know what you think about all the shows under the platform itself. But please rate, review. That's how we chart. That's how we're going to chart. Rate and review and give us some feedback. We have a lot of stuff that we're working on, that we're doing, not just with the Sideline guys, but with other shows. We just need we need your help to do it. We need the feedback to understand what it is you guys want, what you guys don't like. Just let us know. This is, we're going into, we're over 3-year mark now. So this is just, it's starting to get, which is, I found kind of odd, but it's more fun. Every single time we do anything, it gets more fun and innovative and creative. And, if you want to join the team, hit us up, let us know, what you want to do. And we'll go through that process. So I've talked way too long. So we appreciate you guys for watching and or listening. We will catch you guys next week. Until then, we're out.
Kalahari. Peace.